Hello, Hawks. We're coming to you today to discuss a little bit about our hybrid schedule that we will be starting on September 14th. I have a couple people with me today as some honored guests, Virginia LeGros.
Hi, everyone. Nice to be here with you today. I'm Miss LeGros. I am the Director of Counseling here at Gila Ridge.
And our other guest that's with us today is Steve Anderson.
Good afternoon, Hawks. How y'all doing? My name is Mr. Steve Anderson. I'm one of the assistant principals here at Gila Ridge, and I also oversee athletics.
So welcome to all the Hawk families out there. We're going to get started with some of the frequently asked questions. And the first thing I would like to go through just a little bit is what we're doing as a hybrid. There's been several different models. The one that we'll be using starting the 14th has already been released and we have sent it out to everybody, but I just want to go through a little bit of the information. What we're doing with the hybrid model starting on the 14th is going to be that up to 50% of the students will be coming to class on any given day. We have broken up the alphabet A through L and M through Z. We know that not everybody will choose to do the hybrid, so it'll be a minimal number of students that are on campus every day, but they will have 2 days. And what it's going to start like, so let's just talk about if you have last names starting with A through L, you would be in school on Monday and you would be in school on Tuesday. And part of that is going to be going to all 6 of your classes. If you have shorter number of classes, if you're a senior with a short schedule, you would only go to your 4 classes or 5 classes. But you would see each teacher on Monday, and the schedule would end at 12:45. And then you would also see all of your teachers for those classes on Tuesday. And then when it switched M to Z, they would be on the Thursday and Friday area. So that's kind of how it's broken up. In order to participate in the hybrid model, and you're going to hear this a few times on this recording, we have a COVID-19 waiver that has to be filled out before you can come on campus. And we're trying to get everybody to do their best they can and try to get that done by Friday afternoon so we can run our numbers and make sure we're balanced for the different levels. So as we go through, keep that in mind. We're trying to get the COVID-19, all of those waivers signed quickly as we can on Friday. That doesn't mean you can't still turn them in Monday or start the hybrid model late. You might change your mind. We can deal with that too, but trying to get things in order so we can balance out what we're looking at. So that's one of the things, just to try to make sure you understand where it goes from. So they have 4 days that would be where we have students in class, and then on Wednesdays it will be something that we're working at. They're not in class on Wednesdays if they're part of the hybrid, but they're still working on Canvas to do their weekly part of the grades. Second part of that, so it says, why can't students who are doing all distance learning be part of the hybrid by just watching all the classes online? So originally we looked into this and we wanted to try to do it. Going through the information is when we're trying to do 2 things simultaneously, one with kids in class and one with kids online, we're not doing a good job of getting it out for all. So what we're trying to do is separate it. So we recognize the value that the teachers see in the students, and they make the important personal connections, and we're going to focus on that on the hybrid days when kids are in the class. And then for the other part, the distance learning, there will be a schedule where they will have on-camera time every Wednesday, and options for that after the class days are over for the hybrid on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Ms. LeGros, I believe you're next.
Yes, thank you. So one of the questions that I get to address is this. So for students and families who choose to continue with distance learning at home, what will their week typically look like? And so the answer to that is that students who are choosing the distance learning option will work independently on Canvas on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But on Wednesdays, they will be on camera with their teachers and follow the 6-period schedule for their campus. So for example, a distance learner would be on camera for first period class at 7:45 on Wednesdays. And then the on-camera portion of that class would end at 8:30, and second period would begin on camera then at 8:36, and so on. So while the student will work independently on Canvas the other 4 days, they still have on-camera access to their teacher from 1:15 to 3 p.m. each day. They can ask their teacher questions, work in groups, etc. at this time. It's very important, though, that you do realize that if you are choosing to stay with distance learning, that you will have a different schedule than has been in the previous weeks. The next question that was asked, very good question, and Mr. Weir went over it briefly, and we're going to go over it again so that we make sure we have it all straightened out, is where can I find the waiver needed for a student to attend in-person classes? So the COVID-19 waiver release and assumption of risk form can be accessed in a few places. It can be accessed and signed right there on your Parent View account. That's the easiest way to do that. Access your Parent View account, and then you can submit the form electronically right there. In addition, the waiver can also be downloaded and signed at our district website, which is www.yumaunion.org. And then making very sure that the waiver must be signed and returned to campus for your student before your student can come and attend in person. So we are going to have some additional times if you need to bring that form in. We will have a drive-through waiver drop-off this Friday, September 11th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm going to tell you that date again. So we will have an in-person drop-off, drive-through waiver form drop-off this Friday, September 11th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I know we have some more questions, so I believe Mr. Anderson is next.
Yes. Hello, Hawks, again. Another question that was frequently asked, or a question that you may have: will students in the same household be able to attend in-person classes on the same days? So the answer is yes. Gila Ridge will allow students in the same household to attend school on the same days, but you will need to call the counseling office at 502-6426 and to inform the guidance counseling office of your situation. Again, I'm going to repeat that number for the counseling office. It's 502-6426. And another question that you may have is, will there be before and after school activities offered this year? So Gila Ridge is developing a plan that balances the importance of engaging students in a well-rounded educational opportunity, including those extracurricular activities. Athletics has started in phase 1 and are practicing currently. We also are going to get activities going, but at this time, Gila Ridge is conducting all clubs and activities virtually.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Our next question that we've had several people ask about, what if my student receives special education services? So same as we're doing in distance learning, we obviously are following the IEP and trying to provide everything we can through distance learning. Now, as we go to the hybrid, we again are going to ensure that students with IEPs are provided all the special education and related services identified in their IEP to our greatest extent possible. We still have a little bit of limitations with it, but we've done a good job of making sure we're meeting all the needs of our students, and we'll continue to do that on an individualized basis and student need. So appreciate that question, and we are committed to making sure that happens. Next question would be, will all students and staff be required to wear a mask at school? And the answer to that simply is yes. I'm going to give you a little expansion on that. So we are still looking to do and making sure we can do our distance, keeping our distance of 6 feet or better. But even with that, if we're in a room and it has more than one person, everybody is going to, by everybody I mean all staff members and all students, are going to have a face covering or a face mask that will completely cover the nose and mouth. Gila Ridge encourages parents to help their students become comfortable when wearing a mask if they're not already. And if your student is unable to wear a mask at school due to a pre-existing medical condition, please reach out to your student's counselor and to our student or school nurse. Okay, they can help with making that accommodation and make sure we have everything safe for everybody.
All right, so I believe I'm next with the next question, which is, will attendance be taken each day? So the answer to that would be yes. Nothing new to learn here, though, in that students will still need to complete their online attendance just as they've been previously doing. So in addition to that, though, we will have teachers document attendance for all of our students that are attending in person. And then we have a question in regards to in-person learning versus distance learning days and what will be happening on each of those days. So during the distance learning days, students will be completing assignments independently, some of which will focus on topics already discussed, and then some of the subjects not yet tackled in the classroom. Every teacher will go ahead and develop their own procedure that works best for their students' class, and ensuring that regular teacher-student interactions and a quality education experience is had, whether in school or at home.
All right, another frequently asked question, or a question that you may have: during in-person learning days, will students be in the same class with the same teacher? The answer is no. Students will have 6 minutes of transition time between class periods throughout their day on campus. So it's very similar to a passing period or what we had in previous school years. Another question that you may have is, will students on campus for hybrid learning receive no-cost breakfast and lunch? The answer is yes. All students taking part in the hybrid learning on campus will have the opportunity to pick up a no-cost breakfast before school and a no-cost grab-and-go lunch at 12:45. Another question that you may have: what about students who are not on campus? Will they have access to meals? The answer is yes. Students who are not on campus or taking part in the distance learning will be able to pick up no-cost meals from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. Meals will be available for all children 18 years of age or younger.
All right, and then last but not least, our final question has to do with transportation. So will transportation be provided to and from school? The answer is absolutely yes. The transportation department will pick up and drop off along all bus routes and from the previous school year. So it will be the same. But for more information on bus routes, you need to please visit our Yuma Union High School District website. Go under the Families tab and then Parent Resources. I'm going to give you the phone number for the bus barn, which is the transportation department. If you're having further questions, please contact them at 928-502-8840. And I'm going to give that number once again, 928-502-8840. And I kind of told a little fib. I didn't have the last question. The last questions are, of course, reserved for Mr. Weir. So, Mr. Weir.
Thanks, Jenny. These are not necessarily questions. What I want to do is share a little bit of information that would be specific to incoming freshmen or students that are new to our campus. So we know there's a little anxiety, especially if you've never been to campus before or even got a chance, because last year when we shut down, we didn't have a chance to do our Bridge to the Ridge. And some of the students that are going to be doing the hybrid schedule are going to be freshmen. So I want to try to ease a little bit of the anxious thoughts you might have if you're coming in on Monday for the hybrid, and let you know it's going to be different if you don't know where classrooms are and things like that. We're probably worried a little bit about finding places and everything else. We will have you taken care of. We will have our student council out there. We'll have staff members out there specifically to help our freshmen and our students that are new to Gila Ridge campus. We'll make it a good first day. We'll make sure that you're finding everything you need, and we're getting you to all your classes on time, and you're having a great day. But having said that, even though we have that help, we want to offer just a little bit more if you would like to, and you're really anxious and you want to come check things out. So we're going to have areas set up on Friday, or a time set up on Friday, in which we can go in and we would be able to give you just it's not like an open house or anything like that, but we would be able to walk you around to classes if you needed something more and you don't think that just having somebody help you on Monday would be the case. So this will be available for freshmen or any new student attending Gila Ridge for the hybrid. We would want you to have your COVID-19 form done or bring it with you at that time if you're coming to do a tour. So all tours will take place from 1 to 4 p.m. They will be short in length. I just want to make sure everybody's kind of familiar with the setting and everything else if you are deciding to partake in one of these tours. And we'll check in through the main entrance under our breezeway. So you would park in the front parking lot and come in. COVID waivers would again need to be completed in order for us to do the tour. And this would not be a time where you're really going to meet any teachers or staff or anything like that, but we would try to help you follow your schedule and get to every classroom so you were aware every place you were going to go that day. Even though it might stick through the weekend, you'll have an idea how the buildings are set up and things like that. So that is again from 1 to 4 p.m. if you are a freshman new to the school or just a student that's upper level that is first time attending and you wanted to get a little information prior to Monday and you're going to be part of the hybrid. So hopefully that helps. I appreciate you taking time to watch this video, and hopefully this information will answer some of the questions. You can still call us, email us at any time if you have other questions that we did not cover here. But we do appreciate your time, and we are very excited to have students back on campus on the 14th. And please get your COVID waiver forms in by Friday if possible so we can balance out classes. Thank you and have a great day. And as always, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.